Okay, here we go. I've got all my materials here. I've got something that I can set the bag on when I'm done so I can carry it around. I've got some paper towels, I've got the grain spawn, got gloves, I've got my distilled water, isopropyl alcohol, I've got a butter knife and a sharp knife. I've got the bag that I'll show you how to assemble, and I've got the substrate mix. I'll show you how to do that. First step is just to put on some gloves, and I like to take some alcohol, just make sure my gloves are completely clean by doing that. Then I like to clean up everything I'm going to use. And for that I get a thick pad of paper towels. Get that nice and soaked. Wipe down the surface I'm going to work on. Okay, wipe my hands down. I'm going to take this butter knife that I'm going to use to break up the grain spawn. I'm going to clean that really good. Pocket knife while I'm at it that I'm going to use to cut open the sub pack. Just make sure that's, doesn't have to be aseptic, but it needs to be clean. Set that there for now. I'm going to take this bag, and the first step with that is, you see it's got two holes in it. And you're going to take these filters and you're going to place one over the hole. That's for air exchange. Once you open it up, flip it over. Peel this one off. They have a little ring of adhesive. Place it over the hole on the other side. And you're going to pick this bag up, and it's open at one end. You're going to open the bag in. You can reach your arm in there. Spread out the bottom. See, it gets quite big. You want the bottom to be nice and square. This is going to be where you're going to pour your grain spawn. Try not to touch the inside too much. I usually don't disinfect the inside. Okay, you can see how that opens up nicely. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for a second. Okay, just so we can take a look at the grain spawn. Here's the grain spawn. Mine didn't completely colonize here. I'm not sure why, but that looks really good. And again, before I open that up, make sure my hands are nice and clean. I'm going to get my butter knife that I'm going to use to break it up. I'm going to use my alcohol soaked paper towels to completely wipe the outside. And I'm going to open up. Okay. Put it up carefully. Lift the top off. Now, I can smell some of the grain on top, and I can smell the nice clean fungus inside. Don't wait too long. Take this bag, and then to begin with, just pour any loose material in there like that. And you can see that this is what you have the knife for. Try not to breathe into it. Break up that fungus spawn with the butter knife. Right into that. Wow, I can really smell the fungus now that I'm down into it. Oh, it smells really good. It smells really clean. just like a forest floor. Again, break it up like that, pour it into the bag. See why you wanted to clean up this butter knife ahead of time, because you're touching the whole inside with it. Pour it in the bag. And I think this will be the last. Okay, that should do it. Maybe a few little pieces left. Try not to breathe into the bag or breathe onto the substrate. Smells good. Okay, set that aside. And hopefully you can see now this grain spawn is in the bottom of your bag. Okay, again, I'm gonna make sure my hands are nice and decontaminated for this next step. So I'm going to take the grain spawn in this bag, and I like to have a little container. It's easy to clean, like this metal pan. I'm going to wipe that down with alcohol really well. And I'm going to wipe this bag down, outside of the bag down with alcohol really well. Okay. Wipe this knife. Then I'm going to open this bag of grain spawn into the container here. I like doing that just because it's a little less messy than opening the bag and trying to pour it directly into this bag. So I just like to cut the bottom. Let it spill out. It's got the consistency of like a moist soil, like a potting soil almost. That's why doing it this way is a little bit easier. I have to get every little bit of it, but okay. Throw that away. Set the knife aside, you won't need it again. Okay, and then come back and make sure you keep your hands nice and clean. And then what you want to do is begin to take some of the spawn and drop it into the bag, right on top of your seed mycelium. See, it's a little bit wet and clumpy. For this kind of thing, it's always better to try to keep things as neat and organized as possible. Once you get about half of this poured in, then I would carefully reach my arm into the bag and start mixing it up. This black stuff, this substrate, is just another growth medium for the mycelium that you've been growing for the last month on the seed. So you just want to mix that up. Break up any little clumps with your hands. You don't want to take too long at this because this is always a chance for contamination. Okay. Take some more. Mix it in. You're going to use all of this. Okay. Give it a good mix. Try to mix it as thoroughly as you can. The bag is big, but it's easier to hold it steady with one hand like I am and mix with the other. You can see why you want to have your gloves on, obviously, and your hands clean. Okay, that's almost all of it. There's a little bit left. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour the rest of it in there. as neat, as tidy as possible. Okay, set that aside. Now go in and just give it a final mix. You're almost done here. Make sure things are nicely mixed. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect, because the mycelium is going to grow no matter what. But okay, once you feel like you get it pretty well mixed, then I'm going to do this. Just kind of like make sure it's about the size of a grocery bag, so make sure it's fairly even. Spread it out, make sure it's fairly level. Like that. And then just press it down. Not really hard, but just firmly press down the top. Don't pack it, but make sure the top is pressed down. And at this point, I like to change gloves because all that soil is all over the gloves. So I like to have nice clean ones. And again, give the gloves the alcohol treatment. All right, check the bag. And now you want to get, the kit comes with this little spray bottle. This is just some Aquafina that I put in, but any distilled water will work. This bottle is too small really, but I say try it because you can see the kind of mist that you want. So what you want to do is just mist water onto the inside of the bag. You don't want to squirt, you want a nice mist, the kind that this bottle gives you. Onto the surface of the substrate, onto the sides of the bag. It's kind of like I'm doing. You're trying to make a rainforest kind of effect. Now that's that small bottle. I would encourage you to get something much bigger. Works a lot better. Okay, but once you get, you know, it's not exact, something like that. Something that gives you that little look of a rainforest. Then you want to pull the top together. It's nicely creased for you to do this. It's just like a pair of pants. Get the top together like that, and then just carefully fold it down. And I would fold it down right around to the top of those filters. And once you do that, it comes with these two clamps. Clamp it off. Clamp it off. And there you go. Now what you want to do is you want to take this and put it in the dark for 5 to 10 days. Each morning I would check on it, open it up, open the bag up. You want to do this once a day, no more than twice a day, because you don't want to keep opening the bag up if you don't have to. But each morning, and then give it a fresh shot like that of water. Seal it back up. the reason I put it on, I like to put it on something that I can carry it around on. That way you don't disturb the material inside, because if you pick it up like this all the time, the bottom bows out. So I would put it on something. Then you want to take this, put it in the dark, like I said, for 5 to 10 days. Check on it every day. And that's really it.